let's be quiet. Let's just focus here on the audience. We have a beautiful panelist. Today we keep discussing how we're gonna build not next but first billion users into crypto. And yes, so guys, please introduce yourself and maybe you can share.
Can you turn the music off?
So we do freestyle rap.
So guys, we're gonna discuss this first billion users. Maybe Sergej. Sergej is our co-founder. We keep constantly improving our tech, and you can introduce yourself. And I would like to think about one fun fact. So, who you are, what are you doing, and one fun fact about yourself. Or maybe situation, something that you want to maybe share quiet in the audience, and we will agree that nobody share outside. So, once the music will be off, just think of, finally, okay, good. Let's start. Sergej Kunz.
Well, hi everyone, my name is Sergej. I'm co-founder of 1inch. I've built with my co-founder Anton Bukov on Ethereum Global Hackathon back in 2019, the first version of 1inch, with a simple idea, swapping and using different liquidity sources by just having one single transaction, so to reduce complexity, to give better rates. So, fun fact. I had my period of pre-founder, and I was living 1 year in office without a shower and sleeping on air bed, so I had to go to the gym for a shower. My daughter still remembers these days where she was like 3-4 days with me sleeping on this air bed. It was a funny thing and still grounding me. Yeah, so I'm very happy that
and now
I had this pre-founder story kind of.
Super cool. Yeah. So the floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm David Wang, serial entrepreneur, investor, Forbes 30 Under 30, Formula 2 race team sponsor. And now I'm very excited in building my first Web3 company, OpenDesign, which is a science education content platform. And the fun fact is like, when I was younger, I was always chasing money I never had. And now I realize, because I see in the audience there are a lot of young people, a lot of people even texting me on social media asking for advice. And what I can give you definitely as advice is like, trust the process, don't rush the process, and try to make an impact and attract the right people and attract the right vibes, and everything comes automatically to you.
Super cool. Charlie, the floor is yours.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for welcoming us, Coneasy, at this super cool event, specifically Jayden. Thank you. My name is Charlie. I'm head of marketing and ecosystem at Aurora. We're part of the Near ecosystem, where basically what we do, we've built a tool that allows you to launch your chain, EVM chain, in a few seconds. In the same way you would use Shopify to launch your own boutique, you're able to launch your chain with a custom token, etc. for free. So we're kind of democratizing the idea of having your own chain. And we're also we built something on the side. It's not the same company as us, but a company on the side, which is building Near Intent, which is the fastest cross-chain index in terms of growth right now. And a fun fact, I've never made any money by leverage trading.
Super cool. So now we have you guys. We discussed the topic about the building the first billion of users. So what is the answer for that? What do you think? Like first answer. Why we're not here yet?
This nice meme of Vitalik Buterin. I don't know if you have seen them. He got the same question, and the meme was like, "My whole wealth is depending on this one single person who was like screaming after this question in the video." From our point of view, we don't need to onboard right now like people from the street, like in decentralized finance. I'm speaking about decentralized finances. We need to get those people who are using centralized exchanges and still believe that these guys are not gambling with the funds. our plans here at 1inch, like we're looking to get these people and building protocols and what gives you a seamless user experience. So you feel almost the same like you feel on centralized exchange, but with two principles: non-custody, so you don't give the funds to us or to someone else. So it's happening directly on your wallet, and it's atomic execution. So if something doesn't go well, the trade doesn't go through, you get at least your funds back, or what you expected at the end. Yeah.
David, like, why is not happening yet, and what basically your team is doing to make this happen?
Definitely. The main reason why I started with OpenDeSci was actually a very fun story. I visited my close friend Evan Lutra, who was a very famous investor, invested more than 600 projects. I was sitting this year during Christmas at his house in Tulum. We have a very nice house called Casa NFT. Magical place. Please be our guest. We're hosting there also crazy parties. And I came there because of my old social circle. They all have a lot of Web2 unicorn founders. My social circle. And what I realized right now in Web3 is like the biggest challenge is, even I'm investing myself also a lot of projects. Sometimes if I meet a Web3 project, people ask me to invest. I'm sometimes asking myself, really, what's the real problem you're solving? Sometimes I have the feeling it's just like financial engineering from layer 1 to layer 2 and 3 and so on, where I sometimes even need to use ChatGPT to understand what problem you're solving. To give you a very simple answer, how to build $1 billion company is, you need to have $1 billion audience. You need to solve a problem where the opportunity is like so big that you solve $1 billion problem. What we do right now in OpenDeSci is what I realize is nowadays science has become so far away from the normal people. Let's give an example. How many people consume scientific papers, educational content? We all know Instagram, TikTok, they're very addicted. And to be very honest, my background is Chinese. If you have the Chinese TikTok version, Douyin, it's completely different what you see in your TikTok right now.
I thought TikTok is from China,
yeah,
but not for Chinese people.
Exactly. That's
nice.
a crazy story. TikTok is built by ByteDance, and but the TikTok version in China is completely different. It's way more educational than what you see right now here. So basically what we do with OpenDeSci is we build a very interesting AI agent which scrolls the internet, leverage the top-notch content about education, science, what you like to see. Best example, you study medicine, physics, or for example, right now I see a lot of engineering videos because we are sponsor of a race car. And this is the magic. So in the end, we also know the average attention time is less than 10 seconds. So there's a war of attention. And what I recommend is like if you're building a product, even a lot of people asking me if I should invest in a company, I always tell you, what are your traction metrics? A lot of people say, oh, I need to raise $1 million to reach this goal. I recommend you, tell me how you can reach your goals with $5,000. $5,000 is also a good budget. For example, I can give you one very good Web2 example. I have a friend who built a $100 million pet food company. He's right now building a new company. You can do smoke tests. Let's say you want to sell a lipstick in the internet. You don't have the lipstick ready, but you really believe your lipstick is really nice. What you do is, for example, you can set up a Shopify page selling first lipsticks in the internet without having the product and refund the money back to the customers. And then you already had like fake sales, but these fake sales are actually your traction numbers, which you can pitch to investors. This is, for example, how to build growth in a quick way with limited budget.
Charlie, what's your basically take? Why it's not happening and how you're going to do this?
It's complicated to share something better than what you guys have been sharing, but I think it comes back to building good products that people want to utilize. Whatever the technology is used. I've been trying to pitch, like 4 years ago I was pitching crypto to traditional businesses. It was pitching crypto, it was not pitching a solution, and I think focusing on the solution itself and not the technology is how we're going to involve a lot of people.
Yeah.
We have a lot of barriers and things within the crypto community, but this is also something that we love. It's a culture within the crypto. It can be the language that we utilize, some specific memes, some reference. This is what keeps us together, and I think this is where you see like we are at the forefront of everything. We're still learning. We are the builders of this new technology that's going to revolutionize everything, like internet revolutionized everything. So I think it will come on its own.
Yeah.
I agree that we shouldn't be focusing right now on onboarding a billion of users. I lived in Asia for 5 years where I saw people using stablecoin to do transactions without even understanding it's crypto or blockchain. So I think it's happening. It's going to come. Just we're waiting for the coolest product ever to onboard it.
One fun fact.
Tell.
You were speaking about pitching and fundraising. I have a fun story to give you as advice because I see a lot of young people here with amazing products. And actually, speaking with investors, I always say it's like dating a girl. If you are needy and asking for money, you most likely get ghosted. Same if I meet a nice girl. If I'm needy, she ghosts me. Same like investors. If you go very aggressively approaching an investor asking for money, mostly you get ghosted. What really matters is like you work very hard on yourself, get your homework done. Focus on what you can control and not what you can't control. You always have limited resources and budget and money, but you still can do with the limited resources the maximum of auto traction. And this is what real investors want to see, how you can use with limited resources, optimize the maximum traction. And that really matters. And once you have all the homework done, people will chase you. And this is also what I see like the most hardest phase in building a company is actually the pre-seed phase and the seed phase. Because you have a great idea. You're speaking with your parents, your family, your friends. And I'm very honest to you. 98% will say, oh, I don't believe in you, it doesn't make sense, and so on. But you still need to be so focused on yourself, building an amazing product, creating amazing traction, then people will come to you.
I can agree. Like at 1inch, we tried to raise 1.5 years long. So and people said like we were just lucky and so on. And I figured out after 1.5 years and 1,000 pitches, I figured out how to speak with the nice girl. Yeah.
Very nice, guys. Basically, we discussed this problem and how you are solving it. We kind of agreed that we don't need to onboard this first billion users, but what then we need to do now? What is basically the tech? Not onboarding users, but what on the tech side or anything, like what Web3 builders need to focus on in existing market then?
We should continue to solve problems. So, and there are a lot of problems in terms of like any of these exchanges, all the stock exchanges are isolated. It's not, they are not global at all. They are very local, and access to the liquidity and to the financial products is kind of difficult for everyone, for normal people as well. Also for those people who are a little bit more educated than the average person in terms of like in what I can invest. I mean, just to continue to build, and we see Robinhood already going on-chain with layer 2 based on Arbitrum for stock trading. Also, I think X stocks released on Solana, and already Jupiter said like, hey, you can buy and sell securities on Jupiter. I bought a little bit popcorn to watch it a little bit because it sounds a little bit dangerous in terms of regulation. Let's see. I think we are walking in the right direction. We just can continue to build. Back into 2019, when we just started, we had almost nothing. We had just Ethereum blockchain and less traction, less volumes. What we have now, we have, I think just only 1inch had in the last 30 days, $38 billion volume. It's just only us. We have also Uniswap and some other CowSwap, 0x people, Oros, who aggregate the volume from all the different wallets and so on. So it's growing, and to get adoption, we need to just keep building to get more adoption, more people, more traction. So the traditional finance industry has to adopt us. Same with internet. They could continue to use telephone for settlement, but they decided to use internet because internet is more efficient than us.
David, you also mentioned that basically give such a great advice for the younger audience that are here, for the builders. So do you understand correctly that one thing that we have to do is just keep building? But what are other basically things that the industry should do to make this maybe again growth naturally? We saw President of US just launching its meme coin, and it was a huge contribution to basically the industry itself. So he was most probably.
There are two sides of the medal, you know.
But we can,
they extracted a lot of money.
Newbies came to the market, like we saw them, and now we can play with this basically newbies. So what do you think on basically?
My honest opinion is like I was never a big fan of meme coins because they're not really solving a real problem in the industry.
Agreed.
And not providing value. But somehow the value what a meme coin provides is actually transaction volume on the chain, like on Solana, on Base, etc. And the good thing is like transaction volume helps actually the adoption of blockchain and the technology itself. So on the first wave, like so for example, like Solana becomes so big and successful because of meme coins, because all the transaction volume is coming. Now it's a part of the Solana Foundation, what we do with the reputation, the setup, and the foundation goals, how we can do Solana, I call it 2.0, what's beyond meme coins. They have right now the transaction volume, they have right now the community. Now they can, based on Solana with the community, Solana and the ecosystem can think about it, what real impact they can do to the society. So I have my honest opinion, twilight approach to meme coins. Yes, they don't provide value, but the value they provide is transaction volume, which helps the adoption of the industry.
Charlie, what's your thoughts on that?
I'll come back with what I said at the beginning, which is building cool products.
Yeah.
So us, what we're trying to do is find the Steve Jobs of tomorrow. We're trying to find builders where there are founders and making sure they have everything they need, infrastructure, go-to-market, etc. Because we quickly realized that some of those builders, they are either super technical or super good at going to the market, but they're missing one part. And this is why we try to contribute it, is giving them what they need. And by doing so, we hope to see something pop up that's going to change everything. It's going to onboard all the users, either by building the coolest app, either by integrating traditional businesses, traditional finance in something that makes sense by using the blockchain or something like that.
It's super cool. So we're basically now discussing that we need to build the product. And again, for the younger audience, you are the founders itself here. Maybe Charlie, you can also have this big experience by working with the teams who are contributing to Aurora. Let's maybe try to switch a bit the topic and share with the audience first the 5 lessons, or like at least 3 lessons that you learn and you want never to force with again. So maybe with them as a founder, as a person, and maybe you guys want to listen, and then we will take the questions from the audience. You will have a great chance to talk with the founders and maybe get your answers. Serge.
I have learned one thing. Every problem, every trouble what you face is something what helps you. So you need just to deal with it. Yeah. And normally you don't get a problem in your life what you cannot manage. Some people think they cannot not manage. They take a shortcut and exit sometimes.
Just keep going, right?
You need to just go through and it works. So I was really in terrible situations and I thought like, okay, I don't know what's next, what I should do. But at the end, afterwards, when you zoom out, you can laugh about these problems you had because you have much worse problems now, kind of coming. Always.
Yeah, check the situation on the different side and just keep going.
Always keep going and try to solve it, and every problem is solvable from open view.
David, what's?
My key 3 learnings are where I saw most startups are failing is actually founders match. Who are your co-founders? Second is like product market fit, when your product doesn't make sense or don't fit. And raising capital funding. And regarding the key issue mostly is like product market fit. And I see in the audience a lot of your young people writing a lot of nice pitch decks. You have amazing product thesis where you believe in your product. That's actually very good. You believe on your product. What I recommend is always try to gain traction, do some A/B testing, and to be very honest, the current product thesis, what you have in your initial pitch deck, is not your end product. You will pivoting it over the time. The best example what I can say is like Airbnb. Their goal was airbeds at breakfast. Do you have right now still airbeds at breakfast in your Airbnb? Probably not. And this is what you need to know, like what I say as an entrepreneur. The true beauty in life is like enjoy the journey, enjoy the ride. The life as an entrepreneur is like a roller coaster. It goes up and down, and you need to be like very consistent, focused, and disciplined. And that's the key to success.
Okay, I'll jump in. First one is don't fall in the trap of fake volume, fake followers, fake engagement. We're seeing a lot of companies a bit everywhere pumping the number of engagement they're having on Twitter, etc. Those people, bots or low value user won't stay once you take out the incentives. The second one is try not to overthink, launch your product quickly and get feedback from everyone. And the third one would be more around your overall marketing. There's a trap that's easy to fall into, is only mentioning about your product, explaining how your product is cool, etc. People don't want to follow a product. They don't want to be part of a product community. They want to be part of a culture. So try and generate a culture. We all have different experience in our lives. Twitter, etc., other spaces where you can share this and build a culture around your product where people will stay, even if you pivot to something else, because they love being part of the community. And also, we are all geeks behind our computers. Those conferences are the only time we get out and see people. So the culture is even more important for us. We need to stay all together and build on top of this.
Yeah, good. And I think that basically the very logic thing will be just to discuss some trends. So guys already know what are the lessons. They know that they have to build. Maybe we can see, like, brainstorm, think aloud on what could be the biggest trend that help us to grow, to contribute to the industry. We saw basically the big blockchain behind the messenger tone. There was a big trend, tap games, the Web3 gaming itself. What would be the biggest trend for the next upcoming bull market, so we prepare? What do you think, guys? Couple of trends.
You can start maybe.
AI is also, yeah.
I have one in mind, which is a trend that's a bit losing pace right now, is everything around InfoFi with Kaito, CookieDAO, that are basically incentivizing the people on communicating on Twitter. Right now it's only text. It's losing momentum because some people, I believe, found a way to game this kind of platform and the reward. But I believe the next thing that's going to come is actual videos and rewarding people for the videos that they are building. So already, this kind of platform already exists in traditional businesses, but I think this is going to be a next big trend we're going to see. So be prepared to see a lot of video on your Twitter feed in the coming months.
David, do you want to?
My background was management consulting. My job was always find new market industries for Fortune 500 companies. And what I recommend you, if you want to build a new company, try to always have a more holistic view. If you see right now how the internet and technologies are evolving, the first stage what we had in the internet was read only when the internet came out. You have just a static web page. Then the world goes in waves. The second wave came then when like platform economies happened, like Airbnb, Uber, and so on. Then the third wave came, is like the content economy, where Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok came out. And then the world become again decentralized, like right now, where Web3 will have a important role and so on. And now everybody's talking about AI. And a lot of people, I'm not a big fan where people just using AI as a buzzword. You need to go more deep in what's AI behind this. And my personal point of view, if you want to build an amazing AI company, focus on the key ingredients of AI. AI is actually based, if you're like a chef, you're cooking your meal, has actually key major ingredients. One is algorithm. Second is compute. Third is data. These are the three major areas. And recently there was a very nice interview by Alexander Wang from Scale AI. And recently I texted also Lucy Guo, the co-founder of Scale AI. He made a really interesting quote. He said literally, what's the key value proposition in AI is algorithm is a matter of time. Right now, OpenAI was one of the first leaders in the industry. But the algorithm, your competitors will follow up very quickly. DeepSeek, QWen from Alibaba, and so on. Compute power is actually, your value proposition is actually how you source the best chips, energy, and compute power. So what really matters in the value stream of AI is actually data. Who owns the most valuable data? Because if you have the best data and you have the data best categorized, then you unlock the true potential. Because if your AI model is based on wrong data sets, this is not good. And this is the reason why you probably saw in the newspapers recently where Mark Zuckerberg approached very aggressively Scale AI with the acquisition recently, and then also approaching OpenAI staff. So I would say what really differentiates you in the AI community are your data sets.
I agree that AI became very famous, and I have fear what's coming next. So I hope that not Tesla robots will running after us and try to kill us.
Maybe for the institutions could be like as far as we're building on.
If you are speaking about crypto in general, I think it walks into the direction of users should not care about on what blockchain they interact. Primary information is what assets they have in the wallet. And I think the wallets will become more seamless. You should not care about the network at all, and have seamless experience for providing liquidity, for doing lending and borrowing, for doing swaps, without understanding how it works under the hood by having security layer what protects the user.
Guys, we discussed the trend. We discussed basically about the next billion of users. Want to hear your questions. Do you have any questions to the audience right now? Maybe just let's bet when it comes, when the first billion of users comes. Maybe we can predict. Do you know, by the way, how many users do we have now according to the statistics? I checked the statistics.
I know 500 million.
Yeah, like 600, like recently. Yeah.
It's wallets. I'm pretty sure it's less.
Yeah, but let's bet when it's even the wallets will reach. What do you think? Like in 1 year, what our bet? When we're gonna celebrate this?
So from 500 mil to 1 bill?
Yeah, when it will be finally happening?
I have the feeling that in the next like 3 to 5 years, everyone will have a wallet in a pocket, so non-custody wallet. So and it would be kind of a trend, so everyone understands why they need the wallet, and use Web3 then really. So 3 to 5 years, I think, and it will be not 1 billion people or wallets. I think it will be like 3, 4. So we will get really
something happens.
Fast adoption of crypto.
Cool. Very optimistic. David, what do you think?
I'm way more optimistic, to be honest, because due to my background as a management consultant, you analyze markets, and I know like DeFi has a CAGR around 45% per year.
Yeah.
And best example, if you extrapolate the 45% on 1 inch, I think if you have 45% CAGR every year, this will be amazing, but you can do more like the baseline estimation. So it could be much more faster, depending how fast the adoption goes. Yeah.
So will you have a dedicated like timing for that, or you just? I'm just
faster than 3 years. So it's like next year.
1 year. So we go.
I think sometimes it depends. For example, like what I see in entrepreneurship is like 1 inch is one of the top players in the market. There was also there's also other DeFi competitors and companies who do similar things like
0x, for example.
1 inch. What I recommend you, like Sergej, where I can definitely help you also in the industry, because I'm also a very strong Web2 VC guy, is there is also a rule in the startup VC what we call split scaling. You probably saw, write a book, a very famous author. And sometimes if you grow your company, speed of execution and growth is very far more supported because during the platform economy, the winner will take it all. Once you become a leading player, for other players, it's very hard to enter the market. So when you already have amazing product, what I recommend, you aim always very, very high and try to see, okay, how you can outcompete your competitors. Because right now, in all industries, especially AI, we see war of AI, where we have also geopolitical tensions from America and Asia racing that field, and also DeFi. And
we became more friendly. I don't know if you know these early days where people were laughing about these kind of conflicts what we had in the DeFi chat and Telegram. People posted memes with two apes from Simpsons, with the knives, and put this 1-inch logo and Parasol logo or 0x logo. It was funny.
But the fun story is what I realized, competition is actually the best thing what happened to your product. Because let's examine, everybody knows TikTok. But do you know how many copycats in China was existing about TikTok? There were millions. So in the end, only one WeChat has survived and one TikTok in China. That's the reason why they're a world-class product, because through competition, you improve.
I agree. My people became very lazy until 0x released a new algorithm. And we're like, oh man, now we need to fix it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, what do you think? You're back.
I think it could do the hockey stick type of chart. If you consider users being human, yes, 3-4 years. But I think what we could see happen, and it's the vision we're having with the cross-chain DEX we're building, is going after AI agents. Those AI agents, we're going to have millions and millions of those AI agents, and they are all going to need to interact between each other, doing microtransactions. And what we're building with in mind is for them to utilize our solution for this. So I would say maybe in 3 years we won't see 3 million users, 5 million users, but not 3 billion or a billion, but 100 billion, 200 billion users taking the AI agent.
And we're gonna celebrate it together. Yes. Thanks a lot for the great panel. Thank you guys, Sergej, Charlie.